Have you ever paid $15 for a tuna sandwich and halfway through eating it thought, wait, why did I just do that? Today I'm breaking down the real cost of eating out versus making your own and how small shifts like this can literally save you hundreds every month without giving up joy, flavor, or freedom. Hi, I'm Nardine, life coach, mom, and someone who on a mission to live well without wasting money. And somehow I find my passion to cooking after having my son because I want to save money and also eat extremely high quality and healthy. Today's video is simple but powerful. We are taking something as basic as a tuna sandwich, also setting up a timer for 15 minutes and finding out could I make this tuna sandwich ready in only 15 minutes. And I take this tuna sandwich in a park and enjoying of this simple meal with my family. I'm setting a timer for the 15 minutes and I'm using this idea to explore how small everyday choices, especially with food, silently drain our budget. And over there, I was asking in a Farsi because I recorded this video originally in a Farsi. I was asking how many minutes could you guess that I could just make these tuna sandwiches. Now enjoying of some flowers, then let's go see what happens. And of course, I'll share a few tips to help you save smarter without sacrificing your lifestyle. Stay with me till the end. I'll even give you my go to tuna sandwich recipe plus park friendly lunch ideas that cost less than $3. Let's talk about the number because numbers don't lie. In most cafes or casual restaurants in California, tuna sandwiches is usually $12 to $16. Now I'm just setting up the 15 minutes. I hope I can start to finish it, but I'm not sure. And also, I'm not counting the cleaning time or shopping time. I'm just only counting the cooking and prepping time. Anyway, going back to the numbers, adding the tax and tip, it's a $2 and a half to $4. Total, it costs $14 and a half to $20. I only had the lentil in my cabinet. I just picked up the lentil from the cabinet. Tuna already was in my cabinet. I picked up from there. Now imagine grabbing this just 3 times a week. That's about $60 per week, around $240 per month. Another simple math, it would be a $2,800 per year on only sandwiches. And now we're going to the section 2 about homemade version. Now let's go home. Here's what it's actually cost to make one good quality filling tuna sandwiches, which over here I just added some different variety on it. I used the lentil to this salad because I wanted to add some more vegetarian protein on it. And if you like, just keep it the same way. If you don't like, just use your own version. It doesn't matter. It's just tons of recipe outside, and so many wonderful people are sharing the beautiful, delicious recipes. I'm sure that if we search, we could just find out the recipe with the tuna salad and lentil. I just made it up this myself, but I'm 100% sure you could just find the wonderful best recipe. Anyway, I'm going to calculating some numbers about the ingredients. Tuna can, $1.25. Whole grain bread, 2 slices, 70 cents, which I used my homemade breads anyway. Half avocado or mayo, it's a 60 cent. Lettuce, tomato, onion, 50 cent, which I didn't use none in this recipe. I only used a pickle, which it was the homemade pickle. And those pickles, it's from the my friend's organic cucumber garden. Lemon, mustard, salt, pepper, it's less than 10 cent. Again, here I used my own homemade Dijon mustard plus the homemade yogurt. Salt, pepper, yeah, I had it in my canner. Optional boiled egg or cheese slice, it's 80 cent, which I used both of them. Probably we need to count $1.60, which is total 3.75 cents to $4. But let's see how many sandwiches it came with it. I made 4 sandwiches with this and still After we finish the whole sandwiches, I still have three more sandwiches I can make with it. And if you make four sandwiches at once, your cost drops to 2.90 cent dash 3.10 cent each. That's less than a latte. This isn't about guilt. It isn't about awareness. A lot of us feel like we are stuck financially, or we can save, or everything is just too expensive. But often we are losing money in places we don't even see anymore, like convenience food, impulse lunches, or eating out when we are tired. Or the same thing in time. Sometimes we're stressed out, we're tired, and we just go scrolling and shopping. This could be a shopping, clothing, bags, gadgets, electronic, makeups, dress, kitchen equipment, or backyard equipment, or even grocery, or even impulse shopping for foods. All is include the same category. And when we're thinking about the minimalism and making the life simpler, then we can think about all of these things more carefully. And we deciding every our choices with more attention. And that's exactly where the power lies. When you start noticing these patterns, you start taking back control. One homemade meal a day could save you 100 to $150 per month. I'm sorry for my accent and sorry for any grammar issues or accent issue. And I remember one very lovely person, she always made a comment of me that when I'm speaking English, she don't understand. I try to be brave enough today to record this video, and hopefully you guys could understand me. If you don't understand, please ask the question. I'm more than happy to fix it and work on the accent, plus explain you the areas that it's not obvious what I'm talking about. Anyway, going back to the subject, that's groceries for your family, a new course, or even investing in something that moves your life forward. $100 to $150 in month maybe sounds nothing, but at the end of the year, when you are multiplying by 12, it's being a 1,200 at least. To almost you can save, 1,000 to $2,000. It depends on how you can move forward. Let's go count the average. $1,500. If $1,500, you can get a new course and educate yourself or educate your child, or put that money forward for your college fund, or saving for your kid's future wedding or gift, anything. Here are 5 tips that worked for me and my coaching clients when it comes to saving through food. 1. Plan for quick wins. Keep ingredients on hand for fast meals you like, such as tuna, eggs, lentil wraps. That way you are not tempted to order out. Create a grab and go shelf. Have ready to eat or easy to assemble items on one shelf in your fridge or pantry. This reduces decision fatigue. 3. Make eating at home feel special. Use real plates, add music, eat outside, make the $3 meal feel like a $20 experience. For example, today I just took all of this meal and I take it to the park. And eating in the park, it just helped us to feel a little bit, different than eating constantly in home. It helped us to be in a around with other people. As Elon Musk's son said, why we are eating the food in a restaurant? Actually, no. Somebody asked Elon Musk's son, seems that why we are eating the food in a restaurant, and he replied, because we just want to eat around of the strangers. Somehow it seems that eating around of the strangers is for some different. It's so funny. That was the first time I even thought about that aspect of the eating outside. Anyway, just going back to the where I was left the conversation. Track spending for 1 week. Write down every time you spend on food outside. Most people are shocked by the total and inspired to change. And five, use the 2 out of 5 rule. If you eat out 5 times a week, try to replace just two of those with homemade meals. Don't aim for perfection, aim for awareness. And now, my 15-minute challenge and park moment. Earlier this week, I gave myself a challenge: make a full lunch in 15 minutes or less and go eat it outside. And now I'm just drinking my tea. Drinking my tea is just a peace for me and just bring the awareness and the moment, and it kind of shows me in the time, oh, I'm taking care of myself. I'm drinking a cup of warm tea. It just makes me feel relaxed. I made a tuna salad with lentil, eggs, and fresh herbs. I plan to use the fresh herbs, but honestly, I didn't have time to go in the backyard and pick up some fresh herbs. That's why I skipped the fresh herb because I was out of the time. It cost about $3.25 and left me full for hours. I packed it up, took to the park, and enjoy of this simple meal with my family. No pressure, no plastic, forks, just fresh air and real food. I just used a little bit plastic wrap. That's all. I didn't use, and here I just cut my finger while I was cutting the bread. I kind of thought that my finger is part of the bread. I go pick up a plastic. See, I just told you guys that I didn't use any plastic, but here I used the one plastic gloves and also a little bit of the plastic wrap that you will be see at the end. And now I'm just slicing down the cheese and I'm adding on the bread. And then I'm putting these breads back to the toaster oven that the cheese gets melt. And also this bread that I made, the yellow one, has a cheese inside. That's a homemade bread. I made that bread myself. And the reason I'm using the block cheese because I don't like to use a shredded ready cheese from the outside because they have a preservative. But it's up to your choice. You don't have to be use a block cheese. And now I'm just mixing my dressing or my sauce here. Some avocado, Dijon mustard dressing, plus yogurt. I like to use a mayo, but I didn't have a mayo. That's why I replaced it with a Greek yogurt. And again, I'm finishing my tea. I usually don't like to use a tea bag. That's why I'm showing you guys here. It wasn't enough time for me to making a fresh tea. I have out of the time, and my lentils is not cooked yet, and also my bread still is in the toaster oven. I kind of give up. I said, okay, never mind. I couldn't make it because this time that 3 or 2 minutes and a half left, I started to cleaning. It was I can't work when around of me be messy or dirty. That's why kind of it was a moment I gave up. Lentil wasn't cooked. Okay, what I need to do? Nothing. I said, okay, never mind. Let's go, and I came up with a new idea. This isn't about tuna sandwiches. It's about reclaiming the value of your time, your money, and your choices. It's okay to eat out. It's okay to treat yourself. But it's also powerful to pause and say, what do I really want from this moment? Am I spending to survive or to feel good? And here I'm starting the timer with my phone, and I end up to see what's exactly really how much time it takes me to fix this dinner or lunch idea. It's so simple. It doesn't actually calculate as a real dinner. I taste it and tastes so good. It's okay to eat out, I was telling you guys, but it's also powerful to pause and say, what do I really want from this moment? Am I spending to survive or to feel good? So here's your mini challenge. Make one home lunch this week. Track how it made you feel. And maybe, just maybe, start a new rhythm that feels empowering. Now I'm just picking up my glass containers to refill them with this salad. If this video helped shift your mindset or gave you something to think about, leave a comment, please. I'd love to hear how you are saving or what your version of the $3 park meal looks like. And if you are looking for support on building healthier habits with money, time, or mindset, I've got a few free tools. It at www.empowerlifecoachingcalifornia.com. You can check it out anytime. You deserve a life that's both rich in joy and rich in peace. I was first planning to assemble all of the sandwiches before taking to the park, but then I realized that if I make the sandwiches ready and take, it might be a soggy or maybe someone likes the sauce, somebody likes without the sauce. That's why I prefer just keep it alone and just keep them separate. And I didn't have time to cleaning and my background it just looks so dirty. I'm covering them. I used a little bit of the foil, one plastic gloves, and a little bit of a plastic wrap on a cover the breads. And the total time I spent it was 15 plus 5 minutes and 23 seconds, which would calculate 25 minutes and 23 seconds, which let's go say 30 minutes. A total of 30 minutes it take me to prep this breads with the cheese, this tuna salad, which I'm again opening it up to show you guys, and also this avocado dressing. Or actually, I forgot doing saying the dressing. That's a called English problem. Avocado sauce. I'm telling you guys, my English it's not good. And now let's go drive with me. And believe me, I know there's driving rules here in the US. Yes, of course, I'm not driving while I'm talking on the camera. Definitely. That's why I want to just tell you guys thank you so much for supporting me and watching my video until this moment. Let's go to the park. And this is the plastic wrap I was talking about it. And again, I'm opening up all this sauce and tuna salad and enjoying of this view of being in the park while my son is playing and having fun. And this is the simple meal is ready to go. Who wants to eat this gigantic sandwich? Cheese bread,